I actually like this PowerPoint photo itself.
Well, I think
You're full of it.
that it's such a strong narrative because you don't know.
Yeah, I just think, you know.
And with all of the stories of the fires.
I've actually,
It's taken through a windshield.
so what?
Probably.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
what?
Driving down the road, like, ooh, I'm not gonna
I
go
love
down,
that
I'm not
shot.
gonna get out in the elements and.
No,
Take
but
proper-
that's, but in a way, that's the point, is
Oh, I
that.
can see the car now.
Yeah,
No, I think, and.
water on the
and with light
windshield
in the
that-
story this time, I
The
really
story
like
is
that.
called laziness.
No, that, not at all.
Ah.
Now we're gonna get into goose mowing.
Yeah, that's exactly kind of what I was like, wait, well, I think it's interesting, I'll give you that, but.
But I mean, if you think about a landscape and interpreting that, I mean, to me, that's one of the most interesting novel examples of a landscape anything we have. So to me, I mean, honestly, it was one of my favorite shots. Yeah, seriously. Not with no intent to tweak anyone, that's just how I felt about it when it first came out. So, and this is really cool. This has gotta be like HDR, don't you
A
think?
little bit, for sure.
Could be. It just
Yes,
has that
definitely.
feel.
The bike, yeah.
I don't feel like it's over the edge of HDR though, I think it's, you
It's
know.
well done, HDR.
Yeah, I think it has a nice,
I don't know, you might be able to just brighten the shadows and be able to do that.
I remember the year when there was a lot of HDR, there
Yeah.
were all those rusty cars and
Yeah.
trucks, like, for some reason, that was like a subject and was like, well, this is the year of the rusty truck.
Yeah.
I remember that, yeah.
I think I judged that year or one year like that.
Yeah.
And some
Yeah.
of them were way over.
And like HDR was new and everyone's
Yeah.
like, oh, this is so cool.
You know, now looking at them, I don't think that we were too hard on our landscapes.
No, I mean, really with this, I think,
Because, you know, like, seeing that little detail there, it's like, why did they keep that? Why? You know, the people, I think, some people just print the entire, whatever they can.
Yeah, they're not into crop and, you know, that.
They don't even think about it.
Time and time again, the judges have said, and I've said it on video, you know, crop to content. You gotta get rid of the extraneous stuff.
Something that could be really cool. I don't know that.
I-
It's pretty.
I love the colors.
The color, oh yeah, it's
to it.
gorgeous.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that's, you know, we have a pretty classic rainbow.
I think what they did with having the silhouette makes, you know, it's like, that's why I pulled all the sunsets together, because sunsets are.
Oh, yes.
you
Yeah,
know, But this one and, you know, just like the lightning in this one makes it a step above. This I've just seen so much.
yeah.
Yeah.
And this, doesn't have a distinct subject. I mean, it does, but it doesn't. It needs something to grab the eye more.
I think, you know, that as far as, kind of the farm, the.
Yeah, it's all about the harvest.
region, the landscape.
I just wish they had.
Yeah, that,
Oh, yeah, I see, oh. This is better.
yeah, that, I mean, I think almost, like it's almost choose which. I think with that shot, it's a really cool location.
Is that kind of
And,
like
and I think that's what
the
draws
opportunity?
me to it, but yet the photo itself of
No.
that location sort of doesn't.
It's too
So-
centered, too balanced, too.
So
you
it's
know,
kind of,
where this one, you know, is centered and balanced, but
It's also
you
location
know,
is,
it's location.
they've got a cool shooting angle. They were up a little bit high.
It's from the gazebo.
I wish this was more.
I like the choice of horizon there,
Yeah,
love that.
yeah. I just wish the little rocks were all just like our dragonfly.
this bothers that.
Yeah.
That's very nitpicky
Oh,
though.
no,
No,
I
That's incredibly
understand.
I
nitpicky
mean,
for
that's-
this.
Because it's in an area that is blank, I mean, just
Yeah.
like, that it makes it, and again,
I mean,
you
but
know,
you,
we would have,
Yep.
just that,
but you kinda don't even, I mean, it can the camouflage is in, cause you
Yeah.
don't know, but it's just,
because it's silhouetted so much, but it's too straight, it's too man-made.
well,
And I'm always a narrative person, so,
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think,
this is nicely done. This is,
Yeah.
this is really nicely done, folks.
yeah, I mean,
Even just, you know, the composition's great,
and for the
the
category,
perspective, the sun
Yeah.
is perfect,
I-
like, it's not overwhelming, it's in
I
the.
think it's pretty hard to argue with that one. For this category
Yeah.
and with everything that's here, it's
Mhm.
probably the strongest.
It asks the question, what is he doing out there, what's the bike, you know?
It was the photographer's bike. See, they
but
got
the
all-
photographer has disappeared, you know,
Yeah.
it's become.
They're behind the camera.
Yeah.
Well, no, the photographer's like, oh, I have this bike, I'm gonna put it here and I'm gonna photograph
They
it.
really have this car and they took the
Yeah.
bike out of the trunk.
Taking this out, get out of my
Well, you
car.
could
Then it'd be
easily-
lazy, right?
It would be a different photo.
The
without the
photographer,
bicycle, you know?
Oh,
It's
yeah.
not
Oh, yeah, it
lazy.
would
Yeah,
not
yeah,
exist,
no,
yeah.
no, it absolutely needs the bicycle.
So I'm leaning toward these as being the strongest, the four.
Huh. I do like the harvest. I like the harvest. I like the lions with the, whatever those machines are called.
Yeah,
Combine.
Right.
Combines,
Combines,
yeah.
thank you.
yeah, and that's kind of cool. I mean, it's all right.
There's a million of those photographs.
Yeah.
Yeah, being in this area. But then again, there's also a
Yeah, a
million
million of it
harvesting.
What stood out about
Yeah,
this
true.
one is we've got, you know,
But the
couple of-
lines, and they're not over, and it's just, I do like,
Yeah, they did.
And the fact that it is at sunset as opposed to.
I wish there was a little bit more, this kind of is intrusive almost. I wish that there would have been a little bit more separation between these guys and this one, because
Yeah.
it's so
Yeah.
close,
if it was just that arm is up a
kind
little
of,
bit.
yeah.
It's not quite the pattern of
Right,
combines
right.
moving together,
Right,
which I think that it being disjointed does help that. I think in many ways, these two are similar.
yeah,
Because it's more about the patterns than it is the timing.
Right. This one to me has sort of a unified theme, whereas this
Mhm,
one's
yeah.
fighting between,
Sky,
Like the,
horizon, yeah.
right, it's just like very, it's pleasing,
yeah,
And the
yeah.
color,
yeah.
Just
It's
works
very
very nicely.
repetitive, it's nice.
And these are deceivingly difficult to shoot because they've done a good job having each, we have some very definite trees there, you know, so there is a pattern to it. It's not just this clump of trees, you know, so.
yeah,
I thought
they
that
did a
was-
really nice job of really keeping it distinct.
Second, third?
I do not have a very strong opinion on it first.
Okay.
So if you, and you do have a straight, both of you do, so
I-
if you want this.
I don't think we should do that first. I don't
Okay.
think so.
I would be happy for second, third, or flipping these two.
You can flip, I do not have a strong first,
Greg,
and you have a strong, so,
Yeah. Between these two,
I kind of like
first, second,
first,
third,
second,
okay.
third,
All
just
right.
go like that, because I think, again, I'm always thinking of audience as well, that there's gonna be more connection and less connection for many
Yeah.
people. And since we're not there to explain our,
Sure. Yeah.
They'll have to
what's-
with
explain
you
it.
not being as strong
Explain
about
it
it at
now.
all.
Yeah, okay.
I think that it also should be kind of a third place, because you don't particularly care for it,
Yeah,
You know,
yeah,
so-
exactly. No,
so I think that kind of pushes that just over the
Yeah.
edge.
Yeah, I think so too. I agree. Yeah, so for
Honorable
second,
mentions,
for sure this one, I think,
Yeah,
and I like, and this one. for
yeah,
me.
I think so. And I think the combine shot.
Combine.
And you
Yeah,
guys like that one?
I would, yeah. And does that give you enough honorable mention?
I'm
That would
sure
be-
you can
that would
add
be
in
4.
one or two more, really.
And that's our biggest
You know,
category.
if
Yeah.
this hadn't had that, so,
I
What?
would think something else went on.
you would,
How do you guys not think anything of this, or?
I don't care for that. That one is so Hallmark.
Isn't it? You've seen a gazillion of them. That's kind of fun
I mean,
with,
they've got, you captured
It'd
the
be at the
lighting, that's a
moment.
moment that you, that's
And-
not,
Yeah, so it's really distinctive, so I think that just
yeah.
right moment, right time
yeah.
counts for something. So, how many do you want?
I don't know, you can get 6 or 7
So
probably.
These 5 so far?
3, 4, 5.
I think this is pretty well done, though, for what it is.
Yeah.
kind
Oh,
of.
yeah.
Like
Yeah.
if I was comparing these two, you know, and since we have the space to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And again, Craig, like with your idea about, you know, for the audience to say, so, yeah. Go with
So, 2, 4, 6?
that. Yeah.
Okay. Wonderful.
I think that the winners in the category I feel good about. There were a lot of them where, and I was gonna say this when you're looking at it, but it's kind of like the photographer needs to get it out of their system.
Yeah.
We all need
Yeah.
to shoot about 80 of those kind of shots.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
It is, so what is cool though, is what's happening outside at that moment, like there was a storm. And
Yeah,
that energy
yeah.
sky. It's very
And,
good.
and I just know people who are gonna go look at the show are gonna look at that and go, really? They picked that over this?
Yeah, I know,
You
I know, I
And
know.
it's gonna be, yeah, because that
Could be
has
the
a distinct
Possum Road
eye
thing here.
of the artist
Right.
as opposed to
Right.
having
Oh my God,
the
we made
eye
so
of
many
the
people
viewer.
mad.
Or the eye
I love
of
that photo.
the-
Do you remember that?
Okay.
Someone-
Of the-
They
of
had
the-
a dead
right, of-
possum and the
of
big
culture,
yellow
kinda
stripe.
like-
Yeah.
First place,
Yeah, the culture.
Country
Yeah.
Road.
Yeah.
Well, it's funny.
And it was very graphic.
Second place, Abstract Branches.
Yeah.
Third place, Driving with the Sound Off.
You know, it is interesting though, isn't it?
And honorable mentions.
Seen that, and it's like.
Food dogs
think
at
about
night.
the photographer being out there with it, and we do, it's like, you need to shoot that. picture.
Daylight fades, but the harvest continues.
And then that one, and then you get it out of your system.
It's not even, I've seen it, I've done that.
Right.
The coming of winter,
Yeah. Right.
Shellscape,
Yeah.
Strike at Sunset,
Make it yours.
Right,
When
right,
people
right,
look
right.
at it, they say,
and
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Windmill at Sunset.
Okay.